Alright, so we're looking at Solana once again. Welcome back to another video on the trading, the technical analysis on trading for Solana. And of course, if you want to activate your trades, you do it on Bitunix, which is the preferred exchange, but more on that a bit later in the video. Now, for those of you, as you can see, the analysis previously was that we'll be looking at this confirmation of the bullish flag that's being painted. And of course, as you can see, if we zoom into this graph here, we have seen a confirmation of the bull flag being by having this sort of bounce up and then a confirmation of that support once again to then go up to the price. Now, a lot of you, if you stayed in that position or was able to exit out of this, would have traded in the right direction, and had you traded on that confirmation, would have then been quite profitable, even though we haven't quite reached up to this price target which we established from the previous high that was set in middle of November. Now, that being the case, guys, in the previous video, I did make a promise, okay? I did make a promise. And another reason why we were able to set that target is basically using this flagpole method. Basically, the length of that flagpole is going to be the next extension up, but we didn't quite reach up to that level. Again, I believe I did make a note, however, that if we then crack above this level, which was this high here, then we would be looking at taking some profits there as well. Now, speaking of taking profits, I was going to share with you, I have made a promise to you guys that I'll be making a video on how you can make trades that do not lose money. Okay, well, here is how it works. All right, listen very, very carefully. If you make a trade in the up direction, right, and then you've got your take profit 1s and 2s, basically you're going to take profits at various levels. That's really important to do. So what it is that if it reaches a particular level and you see that there is like a red candle that's forming, then what you can do, this is what it is, okay? You take half the position in profit. Okay, half the position in profit, and the other half you leave it in there. Leave it in there. Now, as you leave it in there, what you're going to do is you're going to move your stop loss, okay, to where you execute the execution price. You're going to move it up to that stop loss, meaning this. So you might have placed a trade here and go long, okay, and you put your stop loss here, right, and then you're trying to make this higher. You're risking this much money for that kind of gain. So this is a smaller risk and this is a much bigger gain. So that's what you would have aimed for. Now, look at this. Once the trade becomes profitable at this level, you take half of the position in profit. So you made money. So for example, if that measure there, let me just measure that really quickly. Okay, why am I not remembering where this is? Here we go. So if we then go long position, so here, all right, so that position there would have been 5% increase here. That level there is 5% increase. Okay, doesn't matter where the stop loss is. Well, I would have placed it around there anyway. But that 5% on that 10x, right? If you placed $100 trade on 10x, 5% will be 50. So basically 50%, you would have had $150 position, right? Which by the time price action was raised to this level here, which it did, right, in the long direction. And then from there, out of the 150, you basically take half the profits off. So you got $75 as money in the account, and then you got another $75 that's left in there, right? So then what happens is, if then that position, the $75 stays there, and if you move the stop loss here up to where you executed the trade, which is this level here, then if that price goes back to the same level of execution, that $75 will then basically be brought down to 50, okay? Be brought down to 50, right? I am looking at the wrong chart now, but will be brought down to then 50, basically giving you your initial half position back. So overall, in this situation, you would have made $125, okay? You would have made your position, your overall like revenue will be 125, basically making that $25 gain. But this will basically, once the trade just become profitable by a certain margin, you can then use this as a way to then hedge your position so that you will never lose money. Hey, see if that's something you already knew, right? You might have already known that anyway. But if you didn't know that, make sure you write a comment below and drop a like as well and subscribe to the channel. So what you could have done is, in this situation, you could have then cut your profit by half, leave the position in there, and move the stop loss to the baseline of your execution price. And if you were to do that, you would have had a risk-free trade after that and onwards. Does that make sense? So that's how you can position your trades. These are so trade positioning techniques 101, okay? That you could have done to be profitable, even when your predictions are, well, strictly incorrect, because we did expect the price action to go all the way up to this level here, but obviously it just stopped here. But that doesn't mean we have to lose money or even break even where it is. That being the case on how you do trade placement, okay? Obviously, I did say that we will have a leg up on the price action, and that's probably because of what we were expecting with Bitcoin price movements and the liquidation around as well. So obviously, it did have a little poke up in the market, so that would have liquidated a lot of those shorts there. So it's like a mini short squeeze that we've experienced just now. But we do have some liquidation in the lower regions now. I mean, if we look at the last 1 month, we actually got a fair bit of liquidation, which is in that $1 billion mark, right? On that 38,663. So that's going to then be the magnet that pulls the price down. So 38,660 is around about this, the 38,660, where I 6,650. This is where that level is. So it is likely that there could be like a beam down to that level just to liquidate all those positions out there, and that is very likely because that will be the test of this rising level of support. Okay, so now that we're broken above the resistance, now that will act as a support as we consolidate sideways. So there is a very high likelihood of those trades being liquidated. Now, that being the case, we may then experience, I mean, it's interesting to see that Bitcoin has had a massive leg up, but we've had a leg down with Solana at the moment. So could this be an opportunity that we can get into, or is Solana going to become more and more sensitive towards how Bitcoin is behaving if it were to then test the line of resistance as a new support again? That being the case, it still remains that we have to pay attention to both the near term and then obviously the longer term support. So right now it looks like there is a support near in the shorter term with a secondary support and a tertiary support, where I have drawn those lines there at the moment. So these will be the key lines that you'll be paying attention to and activating your trades. What we'll be looking at is how the price will move if it were to break the previous highs, because if it does, then it's going to be a pretty interesting move up. But right now I will be looking at opportunities to dollar cost average into Solana, as the long-term trend for Solana has been, of course, bullish. All right, guys. If you'd like to then apply some of this knowledge into a real actionable trade in the real markets, and you want blazing fast execution of trades, Bitunix is our preferred trading platform. If you go check out the link in the description and sign up there and make a deposit, only deposit amounts of money that you can afford to lose, of course, and start off small until you master your trading. Now, if you sign up with the links below, there are bonuses up to 20% where you can deposit up to $500, where you get $100 on bonus. That's a 20% gain right off the bat, which is really cool. And of course, you're going to benefit from some of the lower trading fees. Also, just go check out the link in the description below. Make sure you go sign up, start practicing, so that you can start to make money on the crypto markets as we move sideways, go up. However your vision is in the market, that there is opportunities every day to make trades and make your profits. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.